84.57. Okay, in today's content we're going to discuss our target, our entry point, and then our strategy. So you take a look at it, guys. If you go on Discord, right, I'm just going to show you very quick. I know most of you guys already know, but if you go on Discord, I've been showing you the same setup. Okay, like we got this setup on the I think like the first week of November, right? When we said like this, you're gonna make a drop all the way down into this box, and then I keep showing you like the same setup, even like yesterday, 2 days ago, I think like the last stream of I think like yesterday, right? And I was still showing you the same setup to the downside, right? When most people were looking for falling wedge and a big breakout to the upside. So that's the most recent setup we're gonna be discussing right now, right? So you take a look at it. So you're gonna ask one question. You're gonna be like, Sen, why did you change your entry point from 83.50 and then lower it down to like 81.50? So that would be a good question if you ask that question, right? Because you take a look at it. I told you right around the 11th, right? And I told we discussed. We said like right around the 15th to the 21st is going to be very volatile, and you guys can see it, right? Why the 15th to the 21st? Because the next 3 days candle, okay, the next 2-3 days candle, that's what I was anticipating in this area to give us the reversal pattern or the continuation pattern. So right now we got the first 3 days candle. So it started on the 15th. Okay, it is already the 16th. So we got the 17th, right? So we got one more day, next 24 hours, right? Almost like 48 hours for this candle to close. So the way this candle gonna close, that's what we need to focus on. Okay, this candle could be closing with a hammer. Okay, if like it closes with a hammer reversal pattern, it's gonna take our orders down in this area of 81.50 to 7900, right? So which is like the red line in this red box. Just think about it, it's this green box right here. So if like it closes like that, it's gonna take our orders, and then we're gonna be safe enough even like to wait for like 3 more days for the next body candle in this area to give us another strong reversal pattern in this area. All right, so that's one of the reason I changed the buy orders down to 8100 to 78.50 in that area, right? Basically 8K average, right? 8K average. So, and we're gonna talk about the 8K average because you take a look at it, guys. Everything we're talking about right now, we've been talking about since like BTC was 9300. So if you've been watching our live stream, either the public one or the private one, you're gonna be very calm, right? You're gonna be very calm, and at the same time, we're not missing anything. If you really think about it, we shorted at 9300. First of all, we shorted at 9300, which was right here, right? And we got out at what? We got out at 96, right? After we got out at 96 to 95, that's what? That's almost like 700 points, right? And we shorted again at 91, right? 90 to 91, and then we got out at like 8600. So that's already like you take a look at, that's like 1000 to 1100 points. So you take a look at the entire move from 93 to like 83.50. It's 1000 points. So we're not missing anything. We basically did take care of business, right, for this entire move, and then we're just waiting for the reversal pattern. If you want to short it, you're welcome to short it, but just to secure our profit and not to be involved in any big wick, any kick out, any stop losses, and any of those crazy stuff. We're just gonna be waiting. Okay, we're just gonna be waiting. That's safer. But if you're doing it on your own, you can, it's not a financial advice, you can short it if you want, but make sure you manage your position. All right, because you don't want to get wrecked. It's already like the 15th. We got 2 more weeks to go. We already got our 1000 point from this point and down on the last like 7-10 days. So we don't need to be in rush and try to get rich like over 2 days or 3 days. All right, so manage your position well. That's first thing first, right? Manage your position well. All right, and then we're gonna look for that entry. If we get a big reversal, we're just gonna wait for a bull flag or a sort of let's say we don't hit our target of roughly around like 81.50, right, to 78.50. We're just gonna wait for this move, for the bull flag in this area, and get a nice entry and take it to the upside and then short it down. All right, So we're not doing it for 1 week, we're not doing it for 2 days, so we don't need to be in rush for any entry, for anything. Okay, we don't need to be in rush for anything. So let's go ahead and dive into the analysis right now, right? Take a look at the BTC analysis. We talked about it, everything. So you can see, let me just remove the MACD. The MACD is pretty good, but you have to know how to use it, right? So you take a look at the entry we look at, right? We said BTC going to be dropping down where to 0.618. You take a look at it. This 0.618, I was telling you, right? Since BTC was where? Okay, BTC was in this area, was like 87. Okay, 87. I told you, like, okay, that's 50% pullback, not 0.618 pullback, because most people have been looking for this move as a 0.618 pullback, but I'm using the log scale. Okay, if I switch it back, that's to regular fib, you can see like we even let's see, that's roughly like, that's a fit, let's see, the 0.618 pullback was like 85.50. Okay, 85.50 on the regular log scale. But if I switch it to the log scale, all right, on the regular fib level, not log scale, but if I switch it back to the log scale, you can see we exactly hit our target of like where 83.50. Okay, 83.50 roughly. BTC dropped down to like 83.80 in that range. But if you use like use it on the on TradingView, you can see like we hit it on the dot, right? That's pretty accurate. So what can we expect? We either, okay, gonna keep dropping down, right, to 0.786, or we're gonna get this reversal back up to like a 87.88, or even up to like a 9100, right? I'm not sure which one BTC gonna get rejected at, but just to be safe, I'm looking for this wick to the downside between 0.786 and 0.618. Okay, anywhere in this area. But our original entry was this area. We got it, but I just back it up. All right, I just back it up just to be safe. No need to be in rush, right? No need to be in rush, because we talked about this since BTC was like 9300. We got a nice divergence also in this area. We on the that's a 4-hour time frame. Giovanni mentioned it also, but I'm looking for a I would love to get a divergence on the 12-hour time frame. It'll be more powerful. The 12 hours is not basically we're not getting any divergence on the 12 hours, but if like BTC can drop down in this area, it can give us a divergence and then another push to the upside, right? So it means like we can even push down, come back down, and then push back up before like getting any reversal. All right, so but as up to now, we don't have any reversal sign. The only reversal sign we got is like the 4-hour time frame. That's the only thing we got. It's not something to minimize, but it is there. Okay, it is there. And then let's just watch out for it, and then we're still going to be looking for our target down to 8150 to 7850, right? It is another 300 points drop, So let me take a look at the chart room before I continue with the analysis, right? So let's move on to the 12 hours. The 12 hours, how can actually you guys gonna tell me, hey Sen, we got a reversal pattern, but why didn't you like call for a push to the upside? Because something I forgot to mention is like I don't think I ever mentioned it. This big wick, big tail, small body, you have to understand how to analyze it, right? Because whenever you get a big wick, big tail and a small body, it means, right, price went up and down or down and up. So you have to understand which way like the rejection came from. It only means a rejection, right? So if the rejection came from the top first, it means it is actually a bearish, right? If like we get the rejection last, it means like it is actually bearish, depending on volatility also, right? But if like we get the rejection at the at the bottom last, it means it is actually pretty bullish, right? So you can see like in this area, BTC, we got the rejection last at the top. We got the rejection from like 87, let's see, almost 8800. Okay, almost 8800. That's where we got the last rejection. So not like we came from like 8800 and dropped down to like 8500. So you have to understand You have to understand that, okay? Hopefully what I'm telling you makes sense, okay? So you can see that's why I wasn't anticipating a reversal pattern in this area, and I said like, hey guys, let's lower our target, okay? Let's lower our target. And as soon as I said it, less than 2 hours later, you know, the dump started. Actually, the dump started. So it is very important to understand what's going on. It is the same scenario in this area, big wick, big tail, small body, where the rejection came from the top. The rejection did not come from the bottom, right? Which means the last rejection came from the top. This one, the last rejection came from the top. This one, the last rejection came from the top. So it is something to keep in mind, at least for the short term. But as of to now, no sign of reversal. You know, extremely bearish. All right. Let's take a look at the 45 minutes. Okay, 45 minutes. That's the only thing. We got a nice bottom formation, but still not good enough. You can see it is a round, basically sort of round bottom. It could still make this move and drop down to get the clean double bottom, right? Get a clean double bottom. It is not a. It is okay. If I'm bullish right now, I would be taking it, but I'm not bullish on the 45 minute. I could take it and look for a slider bump, right? A slider bump. So put your stop loss if you're still shorting anywhere around 86 or so. Just put your stop loss in green just in case to secure your profit. But it's not looking bad. But you know, I'm still looking for a further move to the downside, right? A further move to the downside. So let me take a look at the chat room and see if you guys have any question. Nah, 84.60. So sometimes, guys, we have to be extremely cautious when the rest of the market calling for a big push to the upside. You don't have to do the opposite of what the market is doing, but you have to be very basically consistent. If you just watch it most YouTubers and say oh, most people are calling for a pump, and then you're going for a pump, we don't have any a falling wedge. This is not a falling wedge, guys. Come on, man. It is not a falling wedge. I don't know what it is, but this is not. You take a look at it on the Heikin Ashi on the daily candle. I don't know, man. That's just pretty bearish. Okay, it is just pretty bearish. But we're gonna get a reversal, of course. But it is pretty bearish. It is pretty bearish. Hey, what's up, H2O, Water, Hank, Buzz? I'm pretty sure Dan XRP in the house too. So it is pretty bearish, man. I don't see any falling wedge. People been calling for a falling wedge, 70% breakout, and I've been saying it since BTC was guys 95, 93. We shorted it. People have been saying we're gonna get this. You know, we're gonna get to 11K. In 10 days. It's already over what, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 days. Okay, yeah, we're doing the opposite. Okay, this is doing the opposite, right? So we just have to be extremely cautious what do we wanna digest, okay, and not just take anything you know, people say on YouTube, right? So we talk about the 3 days chart, the 21 days chart also. Let's see, you know, reversal candles. So volatility hasn't even picked up yet, guys. That's the 21 days candle. Started on the 12. So and we mentioned the 12 to 15 and 15 to 21st going to be volatile. So this 21 days candle, we could retest 50% of this you know, wick. Right, the bottom wick, which is roughly going to be 78, which is also our target, right? You can see we can retest it, and then if BTC does not reverse until let's say the 30th, something like that, the 30th, the 1st of December, something like that, it's going to be very tough for this 21 days candle to be to turn bullish, okay, to turn bullish, because it's only gonna get 3 days in order to get the entire reversal pattern and go all the way up to above 87 or above 87 or 8900, right? Because we started this candle right around 87. So it is turning very bearish, guys. It is turning very bearish. Okay, it is turning very bearish. So I don't see anything bullish. The bigger time frame still still extremely bearish. To engulfing candle on the 21 days, you can see it like after the 14K, you can see how this one is 90% engulfing, not 100%. Price went back up and retest like the anti-move, and that's the same thing we did in this area. Okay, price went back up and retest like the anti-move. Right now we're dropping down. Okay, we're dropping down. So let's just be extremely cautious and not be overly bullish, right? And we discuss most of these stuff, like we discussed it when BTC was in this area. Okay, was making this move. We said like, look at it, look at what we got in this area. Okay, that's the same type of structure we could be replicating. Okay, we could be replicating to the downside. Not even Elliott wave, but just by the candle structure, just by the candle structure. I know the waiting gonna be long, but guys, I just don't want to I just don't want us to go long in this area, and then we drop down 300 points, and then most people are going to be panicking. They're going to get stopped out and all of that, right? I'd rather wait for the price to come to me than getting stopped out, right? But if you want to scalp here and there, with your second account, you can do that, right? But with a main account, I really don't want to mess with this area. After we shorted since like a 93. It's only 1,000 point drop. We already got 1,000 point in this area, so it is just to be it is just safer to secure your profit and not give it back to the market. That's the most important. Okay, that's the one of the most important. Secure your profit and not give it back to the market, right? Because you can make it. It's like, can you hold it? All right. So let's move on to Ethereum now. Okay. Ethereum, we talked about it. Let's take a look at the bit 6 hours. Okay, Ethereum, we talked about it. We said like we could be dropping down in this area, and we broke the trend line. Right now, you can see like this. It is following this arrow. What are we looking for, Ethereum? Let's see, 50% pullback. It is roughly around 382 right now. This yellow line, it is 382. 50% pullback gonna be like 171. Okay, so but we dropped down to 177. Okay, and a short entry for Ethereum. I know it's been very rough, but I didn't say anything about Ethereum, right? Ethereum was like we entered like I think 184 in that range, 185, right? It went up to like if you do like a low leverage 3 to 5x, you should still be in. Okay, because I didn't say anything about Ethereum. And then you can see like we drop down to this area, and if you're still holding, put your stop loss. If you're shorting Ethereum, put your stop loss below entry. Okay, at least even if you don't make profit, you're not going to give it back to the market, right? Or your capital. At least put stop loss in green, right? But Ethereum going to be very interesting very soon, right? So let's move on to Litecoin. Litecoin pattern. That's what we talked about Litecoin. If you go watch all of our previous live stream, that's the same setup we got for Litecoin. I was just drawing, but you can see like how we coming back down to the trend line, and we said like Litecoin gonna drop back down to a 50% pullback. That's this it is like this area, 50% pullback, this green area. So 56 roughly, right? 56 to 57, and we talked about it since Litecoin was like about $66, right? $66. So let's see if Litecoin can drop, can give us a reversal pattern in this area. Okay, down to 54. Okay, next target to look for Litecoin, it is roughly about $54. If BTC drops down to like a 81.50 in that area, we could see like Litecoin dropping down to like a 0.618, right? 0.618 pullback. But as up to now, if like this trend line, if Litecoin breaks this trend line, it is definitely 54, and then we're gonna have to look for another structure. Okay, we have to look for another structure. So if you're shorting Litecoin, make sure to put your stop loss. This the 12-hour candle, it is pretty engulfing. So I would at least like put a stop loss above like a 61 in that area in case like you get a big wick. So you're gonna be safe, all right? But take some profit and put stop loss like in below or above entry, at least you're gonna, you know, pay your fees and not worry about like getting out red, right? So let's move on to King XRP. Okay, XRP, as you can see, we've been talking about XRP making this move. You can see it drops down. I think like we didn't quite hit 25 cents, but close enough. Okay, but it is looking like a spring right now. It can it can give us a breakout right now. So we be careful on XRP all the way down to this area. Okay, on this trend line. I will give a XRP setup as not I see like a, you know, bullish pattern. It is bullish right now, but as not we get a reversal, a strong reversal pattern, I'm gonna give a target for XRP. But we said it since XRP was 31 cents, do not long XRP. It means like just short it, put your stop loss. But I didn't give any target, but I said like do not long XRP, and we're gonna be looking for 25 cents, right? So we hit we actually hit 25.3. Okay, 25. The low was 26.3, not 25.3, but we hit 26.3. That's close enough. Okay, that's close enough. And right now it is at 26 cents, so it's not even much. Okay, it's not even much of a drop. It's much though. It's like almost 4%. So that's not undoable. Okay, 4% is pretty good, right? So let's look for XRP in this area, 25 cents, just about 25 cents. Okay, let's see if XRP gonna hold at 25 cents. But it means like if XRP holds at 25 cents, BC is not gonna drop more than 5%, right? And 84 to 8,000, it is 5% also. So BC can stop right around 8,000 to 8,100. So, but we should be getting a reversal pattern, at least a you know, 3 days green market, at least for the short term, right? After we hit our target. So Ethereum, EOS, I said like I closed the position because I said like EOS target was like I think 3.2. I kept saying like a 3.1, but on Discord EOS was a target was like a $3.2 to $3, and I think we hit a $3.2 to $3, right? So, and I just said like to close the position. You can see I think we dropped all the way down like to 328, but it has been giving us a tough time. It still got like a more room to drop, but it is holding so strong right now. I just don't want to mess with it. I just don't want to mess with EOS, but we can definitely drop lower, but I just don't want to mess with it. I just want to wait for a better, you know, a better setup, and in order to give another target, right? But that's the target we are looking for. We're still not quite in the green box, but very close. In like we've been talking about this green box since like EOS was like where like a 3.6. We said like it's gonna make a 3-way move down in this green box, but we're still not there yet, but close enough. Okay, you can see like we just touch it. Okay, so I just say like you know, let's just get out of EOS and then wait for it to consolidate in this green box, and then we can take the big move to the upside, right? Can take the move to the upside. The rest of the market gonna be very bearish very soon, right? With the 21 day Steph, if we get a pump like the one to 8,800 before we dump again to our target, okay, if we pump to 8,800, okay, I'm gonna go back to a base. I just saw your question. Nuno, this 21 days chart, the moment is like August. The 21 days chart on BTC. Okay, I don't understand what you're trying to say on BTC, but we're gonna take a look at it. But EOS, basically, let's wait for EOS to consolidate in this area, okay, to see if like, because we're not in rush, guys. These coins, they're gonna be moving up, down, up, down, 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 up, down. So you don't want to rush it. Sometimes you get out and then you're like, okay, I'm tired of babysitting it. Let me just get out and then I'll wait for, you know, for my mind to be in a better place, and then I'm gonna take it again, right? Take a short or long again, because the market's gonna be around forever, so no need to be rushed for one position, right? So that's the best way to be losing money, because you're rushing to make profit. Sometimes you make 50% or 30%, and you don't want to take it because you're waiting for 80%, 90%, and then market turn around, and then you're gonna close your position in red. So, but sometimes you just have to close it and walk away, and understand, like, you know, the most important is to be green. Even like if you're up like $1 a day, the most important is like to be green. Okay, $1 a day. Over time, you know, it's gonna accumulate. All right, over time it's gonna accumulate, and by the time it accumulates, you're not even gonna realize it. You're gonna be like, man, my portfolio been going up, and I've been making this 5%, 10% gains, and not even making like 60, 70% gains, right? And then you're like, whoa, I'm doing great. So it's not how much money you're playing with. It is like the percentage gain you get. Okay, somebody might be playing with 1 BTC and you're playing with 0.1 BTC, but your winning streak gonna be better than somebody with 1 BTC. So get the winning streaks and not worry about the amount of BTC you're increasing. So let's move on to Bitcoin Cash. Okay, you can see Bitcoin Cash, guys. Like I told you, Bitcoin Cash is one of the best indicators to monitor BTC. And when I said it, when Bitcoin Cash finish up this move, I told you, like, this is going to be what Bitcoin Cash is going to be dropping down to. You can go and watch all my previous live stream. I said it, like, Bitcoin Cash is going to be dropping to 260 when Bitcoin Cash was what, almost 300, 308, 305. We said we made this move, and I was like, we're going to make this move. Right now we at 382 pullback. What does it mean? Okay, it means we're about to get a reversal pattern very soon, right? So let's see, right? Let's see if Bitcoin Cash is going to be the answer, right? We at 382, right? Definitely a reversal pattern is coming. Okay, it is coming. So let's hope like Bitcoin Cash gonna drop to 50%, which is like a 247, which is going to give us BTC, which going to give us a chance for BTC to drop down to 8K, right? But if not, if Bitcoin Cash is going to be holding 382, we might not get that 8K. Okay, Bitcoin Cash is one of the best indicators to analyze BTC, and I said it when Bitcoin Cash was 300. I know we don't trade Bitcoin Cash, but we just monitor it because it's just going to help us to understand like what's going on. It is a clean three-way move, so this move for Bitcoin Cash is very possible. So we can go back. Okay, it's not going to look beautiful like this. It's not going to look beautiful. It could be like that. It could just stop in this area, you know, give us some noise in this area. Okay, and then after that we can see if we can make this move. All right, it doesn't have to go all the way up to $300 again. It can go up like to 290 and stuff like that, which means like BTC could be extremely volatile if Bitcoin Cash is going to go up 20% or 15%, right? So let's pay attention to Bitcoin Cash. We at 382 right now. Our side is oversold, but no sort of divergence. Okay, so no sort of divergence on the 6 hours at all, but it is oversold. Okay, it is oversold. Okay, it is oversold. We can get this divergence, so you can get this divergence before like getting this move, right? So but let's pay attention. The you know, the most important is like a Bitcoin Cash. We hit our target at 382, at 260 to 259. Exactly, that's what we said, guys. Exactly, all right. Exactly, that's what we said. Okay, let's take a look at ICX and ADA, and then we go back to BTC, right? ICX. Okay, ICX. So ICX, we said we still it is a good buy anywhere below like a 16 to 14 cents, right? It is going to be a nice area to accumulate ICX, and we said like ICX was like 18 cents. Right now we're 15 cents, so we're not quite at 14. You know, the low was like a 13.3, so it is still dropping. I think we got another ICX set up somewhere. Okay, so basically that's what we're looking for. Okay, we're looking for ICX to drop anywhere between you know, 16 to 14 cents. Nice area to accumulate, and then we're gonna see if ICX can give us the same move in NEO gave us. Okay, NEO almost went up like now from 80,000 sats to almost like 145,000 sats. Okay, that's a lot. That's almost like a 80 to 90% increase, right? Almost 75%, something like that. Very high percentage gain, right? So let's look for ICX to try to hold strong at 14 cents, right? At least at 14 cents at the most, right? So at the most, I mean. So let's move on to ICX BTC. ICX BTC is not dropping enough. It is holding very strong, so that's a good sign, at least for the short term. Even though ICX of course, if ICX BTC is holding strong, ICX USD has to drop because BTC is dropping. So let's see if like it can give us this drop. It is just making a flag, so we can look for this drop. Okay, if BTC is pushing to the upside, ICX can drop in this area, and if BTC top out at a anywhere between 9,000 to 9,500, ICX can push to the upside, right? So, but anyway, we're still looking for a push to the upside from ICX, right? Still looking for a push to the upside. Let's move on to ADA. ADA is still looking strong and not dropping enough. It is topping out. That's the 6 hour. Let's take a look at the 12. So ADA, we said like anywhere in this range, it is a good buy. Okay, anywhere in this range, it is a good buy. It is topping out right now, so I would assume like 3.3 to 3.8 in this area, right? Going to be a good buy, all right? So, and we're going to be looking for ADA to retest like 11 cents to 10 cents, right? Current price 0.04, right? And we've been talking about since ADA was like, I mean, price did not change much. 0.043, 0.044 is the same, right? So let's keep an eye on ADA, at least for the short term, guys. The ADA BTC, it is doing well. Target for ADA BTC, I think like 650. And we've been talking about since ADA was roughly like a 450, right? 450, and we said like we're looking for this move to the upside, right? So, but at least for the short term, we have to it has to pull back at some point from the current state. So let's look for either a flag in this area, right? A flag or a pullback before we take it to the upside, right? So, because if BTC is going to be pushing to the upside, ADA is not going to push to the upside with BTC. ADA BTC basically, right? It's just going to hold the flag, and then the dollar value of ADA might push to the upside to 5 cents in that area. The BTC value just going to hold strong with the bull flag. As soon as BTC top out, ADA going to take over. We can look for anywhere around like a 650 to 700 sats, right, in that area. So that's the setup I'm looking for ADA. So, but it could be making a flag right now versus BTC between 480 to 520 in that range, right? So let's go back to BTC. 469. So BTC. Okay, so I think Steph said if we get a pump like the one to 8,800 before we dump again to our target, where do you think it is smart to put a short limit at, right? So if let's just remove it. Let's go to the 6 hours. So I've been anticipating BTC to make this move, right? So we can short it at 9K, but we didn't get it. But I told you guys, we don't have to make that move, but it is a possibility to pay attention in case we get it, right? So if like we get that move, I would just like put a very tight stop loss. Let's say you're shorting at like 88 to 89. Let's see, you're shorting at 8,800. I would just put I wouldn't short it high enough, okay? I would just short it like low leverage, okay? I'm not gonna short it high enough, more than 7x, right? in this area and put a stop loss very tight, right around like a 9k. Okay, 9k. So you give yourself like a 200 points, 200 points, volatility, which is like a rough around like 1.5%, right? And then if it breaks it, it can go all the way up to 9100, and then you don't want to be messing with 9100 at that point. You're gonna be panicking. Price might take like a couple days before it's gonna be before you see any dump, and then you're gonna be panicking, in this area. Okay, you're not gonna know what to do, and you're gonna end up like making the wrong decision because you're gonna be panicking. But if you're shorting anywhere around like a 8k, just 8.8, just put it at 9k or 8.95, stuff like that. So you wanna incur too many losses, right? So, but the profit gonna be nice if like you don't hit your stop loss. We can make this move. Okay, this is still a correction. Okay, we can still make this correction, still make this drop. Okay, so but if like we pump like to 9k, we definitely gonna be looking for a short opportunity or a long opportunity, right? So of course we're gonna do either or, right? But we got a nice clean 3 wave, and we talk about it. This move, we're gonna pull back and make another move. So we just being greedy, actually not greedy, but being safe, and wait for a 81.50, right? Wait for 81.50. So just to answer your question, 88, put it at like 89.50 to 9k in that area. If you get stopped out, good. You're not gonna lose too much. If you don't get stopped out, it is gonna be juicy because you're gonna get like another like 800 points drop. So the risk to reward ratio is very profitable. Very profitable. But I would love to short BTC at 9k in this area, because most moon boy, they're gonna call BTC pumping. It's going to the moon, and then we hit 9k. They're not gonna understand what's going on, right? And then we're already anticipating this move. It is one of our scenario. We've been anticipating it since like BTC was like 8500, right? This move, right? So, but it's still dropping, so it still can give us this move at any given time, right? Any given time. And Ethereum give us this type of move like a couple of weeks ago, and then we shorted Ethereum, I think like 188 in that area, something like that. I can't remember. And we said like that's just a corrective move, and Ethereum gonna do this move, and Ethereum did that exactly. So, but the takeaway is like, we bearish. Okay, we bearish. Let's see if we can hit this target. That's the only thing we need right now. That's the only thing we need. Okay, we 90% accurate since like since like BTC was at 9900. Okay, we've been 90% accurate, right? So let's just wait. Our chance of hitting the next target to 8150 is very high, regarding our percentage record. Okay, so the 21 days chart, let's see. Okay, so what is your question on Zenuno? I'm just gonna call you Zay. The 21 August. You say the moment is like August. What about August? August we got a reversal pattern, and then okay, he's saying like it could be like August, it could drop, maybe like it could drop back down just like August, like this, make this type of candle. Yes, it can. Okay, it can drop all the way down. I'm assuming that's what you're trying to say, like August, right? It can drop down another 6% and pull back up another 10% and pull back up another 12%, stuff like that, right? So it can do that. Can drop all the way down 10% to we don't want it to drop 10%, like 8%, right? And then retract all the way up to like 88, right? 88. So okay, I see what you're saying. The 20 this candle and that candle, yes, it looks similar, right? It looks similar. So we just have to be very careful, because if we anticipate BTC to go up to 95, 96, if we get that, we drop down to if we drop down to roughly like a 78, right? If you drop down to 78 and looking for BTC to push back up to, let's see, we got this candle. It should look like this, right? Okay, let me just drop. The candle could look like this. Okay, so the candle gonna look like this. If this is gonna go back up to 95, right? It looks big, but I cannot get a better proportionality in terms of because I'm using the 21 days candle. So the candle gonna look like this. So if, right, we drop all the way down to 78, which is our target, and then looking for BTC to go all the way up to like 90 to 100, the candle gonna look like this. So it is gonna be green first of all, and it is gonna be reversing. That's not good for the bears, right? So let's hope like you know, the bear is not gonna make it look like this on the 21 days chart. It's gonna look like this. All right, this red candle. So let's just get our, you know, 78, maybe even like start taking profit at a 84, 86, 89, stuff like that, right? And not wait for even 9K, because we're gonna make enough profit to be able to forget about even BTC going up to 95. We can still short it if it goes there. But the body structure we're gonna get is gonna be it's gonna be too bullish. Okay, it's gonna be too bullish. It's gonna be too bullish. So hola Iceman in the house. Tuta bene, Iceman, tuta bene. All right, so let's move back to the low degree. Okay, low degree is still attempting to push higher. Still attempting to push higher. You can go and retest like a 95.50 to 95.80 in this area, right? So, and just make some noise and drop back down. So if you're scalping and you get a three-wave move to the upside like this, you just have to understand BTC has to correct afterward, right? If like we get this move all the way up to 95.50, you can take like a nice short opportunity in this area. Just maybe 1% scalping with a 10x, 15, 20x, whatever you want to do. Look for this drop. Okay, this drop could be a 1% drop. So it's gonna be juicy, right? And then your R side gonna be high enough for you to be confident. R side could be all the way up like to a 63, 64, and probably get this resistance, because we couldn't break this resistance anyway. So you could take a shot at a 95.50 to 95.80 with some scalping, right? So we got 7 people watching. The BTC, the CMA, and then the BTC current price, they kind of too close to one another. So that's not bad. That's not bullish at all. Okay, the CME is the 85 for. Oh man, the CME already closed, so 85.05. So so we could get a gap, right? So it is 85.05. So any drop down to like even 78 is going to give us a nice chance to be for our long position to even go up to like 85 or so, right? So, and BTC going anyway in this area of 88 while the CME is staying right around like 85. If BTC goes up like 88 or anywhere in this area during the weekend, it's gonna be a nice short opportunity before Monday, right? before Monday, before Sunday actually, right? Before Sunday. So let's hope like BTC can pump pump up to like a 9K. All right. So if we get this 8800 again, it's gonna be a nice short opportunity, right? Nice short opportunity in this area. 8800. So yeah, Sunday is gonna be very volatile, guys. So the new 3 days candle gonna start also. So that's gonna be extremely volatile. So even worse than what we just got. It's gonna be worse. All right. You can see the weekly, guys. The weekly is actually we didn't talk about the weekly, but I told you like the weekly, you know, last week I told you like the weekly keep making some lower highs in this area. So next week we could like, let's just hope we get our 8K, guys. If we get our 8K, we definitely can even go back up to 87, 88. All right. So it's gonna be 700, nice 700 points. Okay. The weekly we talk about it. The monthly we talk about it. People are not paying attention, guys, to the bigger picture. But you know, I told you like, you know, the monthly we're making some lower high, some lower highs, and it's not good at all, guys. It's not good at all, right? Look at this, man. It's tighten it up. It's tighten it up, right? So that's what we need to pay attention, and then you're gonna be extremely confident about your calls, and we could look for this move on the monthly, right? So could look for this pattern on the monthly. Nobody is talking about it, but what? That's a you know, it is descending, but you could also cheat and say drop it down like this. If like we're gonna get a descending triangle on the monthly, guys, that's gonna be extremely bad. Okay, that's gonna be extremely bad. Okay, that's gonna be extremely bad. And that's the descending triangle if you really look at it like this. Okay, if you just want to be consistent, that's a descending triangle, and you're gonna be like, okay, the measure move you're gonna take from this point to that point. That's a bigger picture, right? That's not good at all, right? So look at this. That's gonna be too low. Let's take our fibra retracement. Take the log scale, right? So from top to bottom, this area, 1-to-1 extension, right? Gonna be 3700. Okay, 3700. That's a bigger picture because that's a descending. Okay, it is descending. I don't care how you look at it, but that's a descending triangle on the monthly, not on the daily, not on the weekly, not on 3 days, but that's a descending triangle. All right, that's a descending triangle. So we just have to be extremely cautious, guys. We have to be extremely cautious. So pay attention to the monthly descending triangle. I don't know if anybody talked about it yet. I just pay attention to it. All right, just pay attention to it. Yeah, that's extremely bad. 1.27 gonna be at 3150, and that's the extension 1.27. Let's see fib retracement. What is it gonna get? 1.27 gonna be 63. Okay. And we talked about 63 to 57, which is like 1.27 to 1.41. And when we talked about this move was like when BTC was even at 10K, we said like for the long-term position, not long-term but medium-term, for a big push to the upside, looking for BTC to push back up to 9K. Most of you guys remember Iceman. I remember Iceman asking me, man, we're gonna push like from 6K to 9K. You can see like we can still drop down to 63 to 57, and we gave this target like long time ago, like over 2 months ago, to you know, for some long-term position, just to let it sit there, and we can look for a nice reversal for a 25 to a 50% move, right? So, and the chart is not lying, it is just 1.27 pullback. Okay, 1.27 from this area of 7400 all the way up to 14K. Swing low to swing high, 1.27 gonna be 63, and then 1.41 gonna be 57. So the long term is looking juicy. So it's looking juicy. All right, guys, if you don't have any question, we just call it a day. I think we've been live streaming like for almost 47, 45 minutes, so I think that's long enough. And take a look at VChain. VChain is pumping, but you can see VChain started dumping since when? Let's take a look at VChain and VChain. VChain Binance. VChain was 300, started like 336 sats. It dropped all the way down to like a 35 sats, and it's almost not exactly 90% push. Now it is just the first month, so you know it is almost 91 sats. So it is basically just going back to where we started the dump. If you take a look at it, we started the VChain dump like in this area of 99 to 108. Okay, 99 to 108. So 99 to 108 gonna be a massive resistance for VChain. Okay, so massive resistance for VChain, because I remember this area exactly. Right, I remember this area exactly. So but it is looking beautiful though. It is looking beautiful. Still pretty cheap. 91 sats, pretty cheap. Okay, pretty cheap. All right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day, and then I'm gonna keep you updated. I'm gonna keep you posted if anything crazy happen, in case we have to go long or we have to short it again at some price level, right? But it could be very quiet also, right? Could be very quiet. All right, guys, you guys have a nice weekend, and be safe out there. All right, thank you for watching, man.